Canada DN Pyro 88. And you're the first one to join on the comment section. Check in the comment section, you see everything is working. So I'm just gonna wait for more people to arrive. Today we're gonna speak about something interesting, latest news updates, the situation, and in general in the world. Yeah, what are we gonna discuss in every videos? Hi Ben, how are you doing? Good, it's good. Hi Alex. Evening, Dennis. How's your day? Yeah, Thomas, everything is all right. Like, it's more than okay. Just woke up kind of late to do the business as usual. You know, my schedule is a little broken. I decided to go on stream, maybe for a couple of hours, and then film one more video. Like in the best case scenario, I should stream like 5 hours a day at least. I just cannot put it in my schedule, or I am looking for the place to put it really. Where should I put it? Maybe 2-3 hours we're gonna stream, and later on I'm gonna film one more Ukrainian update because there are some of the news coming not from the front lines but in general, and we're gonna discuss them on a stream actually. And later on I'm gonna film the separate video. Of course, people are not watching my channel, like not all of them, of course. Just then I share it on my Telegram, the more people are visiting. But it's okay. After all, this is the channel where it's not just about Ukraine, it's the trash channel. It's so good. Yeah, you're welcome. Hi, Betsy. Hope you're doing fine. How is my channel doing? Creator dashboard, stream. Yeah, everything should be fine. 5 viewers on Twitch, 1,815 followers. It's nice. I'm good, Betsy, thank you. 11 Ritman, hi. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Twitch. Good evening to you too. So let's go to the topics about Chancellor Merz. Yeah, I mentioned him already in some of my videos. Some Bloomberg says, we have this from the Clash report, some Bloomberg says Chancellor Friedrich Merz is losing I'm sorry. Something with my throat. I'm sorry. Chancellor Friedrich Merz is losing public support as Germany's economy stalls. His coalition fights over pensions reforms and far-right parties gain strength. His promises on growth, migration, and infrastructure haven't materialized, and internal tensions threaten to collapse his government. It was evident, yeah, that Merz is he is better than Scholz, as for me, but everything is unstable in Germany. And sadly, AfD can win next elections, I think. Oh, greetings to friends. Wanted to pop in, say hello, don't have time to say, maybe can back in a few hours, wanted to wish. Thank you, Trapedos02, thank you. Now I'm gonna cook some of the cocktail. We have Iron Maiden cup. I already drank the tea completely, and I already squeezed lime. You know, there is some liquid there, just a little. Hope you can see the liquid. That's the lime juice. I pressed it already. And so I'm gonna pour the lime juice here. That's the sound of the pure lime dripping. That's the cocktail. Definitely sour taste, yeah. And now Wasser, yeah. Just gonna put the water, and that will be the cocktail for today, for this stream. That's it. Cheers, thank you. Yeah, lime juice, I like it. Lime juice and water, and it's gonna be better for the throat. What's the big news today? Not really. Oh, this is perfect. Not really the big, great news, just some occasional news. Oh, Major Retailer Green. Let's listen to what she wants to say.
I stood with President Trump when virtually no one else did. Campaigned all over the country, spent millions of my own dollars helping him get elected. And I think that's incredibly important. And I do support him and his administration. And I support them in delivering the campaign promises we made to the American people. His remarks, of course, have been hurtful. However, I have something in my heart that I think is incredibly important for our.
So she still supports him, even though she wrote that he wants her to be flatlined or something like that. That she's been attacked by Donny, and so is it some self-humiliation or what? What is it? Some diagnosis through Kartoffen High? She was mega maga. Yeah, now she's on fake news CNN, giving interviews. Oh my.
Our country, and that is to end the toxic fighting in politics. And this has been going on for years, and it has divided our country, split up friends and families, neighbors, and it's not solving our problems. The most hurtful thing he said, which is absolutely untrue, is he called me a traitor, and that is so extremely wrong.
I think it's right. It's absolutely correct mentioning of Donald Trump. Well, I think Donald Trump should mention that word for himself too, but for her, yeah, it fits exactly perfectly.
And those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger.
What do you think?
So he really attacks her, and she says, I still support Trump's administration in the relation of what promises. What kind of promises? Nothing was delivered, really.
Happened. What do you think is the reason for this?
Epstein files.
Unfortunately, it has all come down to the Epstein files.
Yes! Genius. At least she's straightforward with everything she says, yeah? No, he meant Buba, yeah. She's like, Epstein files. Epstein files. She just voted to release, like Donny, release the files, come on.
And that is shocking. And, you know, I stand with these women. I stand with rape victims. I stand with children who are in terrible sex abuse situations. And I stand with survivors of trafficking and those that are trapped in sex trafficking. And I will not apologize for that. I believe the country deserves transparency in these files. And I don't believe that rich, powerful people should be protected if they have done anything wrong. And so I'm standing with the women, and I will continue to do my small part to get the files released.
Cheers. 61 thank you, Ben. Are you happy, Denys? I'm okay. Like, it was maybe expected, this move from Taylor Green. Well, at least she's like this plain, like I don't know, plain wood or something. Plain. Straightforward, saying what she really thinks. At least like that. She's really bad in terms of humanity, in terms of everything. But now she's singing the usual song after being attacked by Donny. Hi, Denys, for the work you're doing, question, what would be the impact on Ukraine war if pro-Russian party wins over major European country like Germany or France? Yeah, nothing good. Because after all, those major countries, they put the vector for development, yeah, or for general policy of the European Union. They have more influence, like, for example, Germany. So, of course, AfD is not a good variant for Ukraine. Yeah. But even with the current parties, it's like just limited support. Ukraine hold, like today, President of Finland, or Prime Minister President, I think, said, "Oh, Ukraine holds 4 years." Russia, like Soviet Union, went to Berlin in 4 years, but Ukraine holds 4 years. It seems like Ukraine can hold more, or what? Actually, those historical parallels, it's kind of, you cannot use those historical parallels if you speak about the front lines, as it was in the Second World War and as it is right now, because the nature of the conflict and the way how the war is ongoing, it's completely different. So saying that in the 4 years Russians didn't occupy Kiev or something, in current realities it means nothing. Yeah, you can theoretically put something, but on practice the war became different. It's not as it was in the middle of the previous century, absolutely. But Russia still moves, whether it's fast movement or slow movement, but still they have advantage, and we judging on the front lines, I may just say that yes, it is happening like that. Russia moves and they have advantage, and the situation is not like it's getting worse for Ukraine. That's what I see, because I'm in this theme for 4 years. I see the situation is getting worse for Ukraine, unfortunately. It depends on many factors, but that's what I tell on my recent videos, because now it's vivid, and now finally all of the volunteers, mainly of Ukraine, they're speaking about the issues. Hi, Oliver Roy, and we are speaking about it not to say, oh, we will collapse, everything is bad. We are saying that to warn what might happen if there are no changes. So if will be happy and telling only good things about Ukraine, there will be no change. Yeah. Trying to wake up here, I mean, too much for me right now. I've said it elsewhere, but the words messed up. Then my MTG is making sense. Yeah. yeah. I understand, Alan. Do you still have your pilot clothes, Denys? Yeah, it's I have epaulets and my white shirt. Yeah, I have it. Uniform. Well, we might call it a uniform, like just a white shirt with epaulets. French right-wing station AC News was fined on 60,000 by the French authorities after 2 guests said immigration kills. This Whistlograd is biased. Sometimes they have good articles and they are pro-Ukrainian, from what I understood, but still they're biased. Today there were interesting articles from the Clash report. Yeah, it's also like not that reliable source, but they share something. Venezuelan President Maduro, the government of the United States intends to bomb and invade Christian people, our people. What is this? What? Where did you get that idea? What do you think about? I even changed the name of the stream like 3 days ago after Pete Hexet's tweet that, Operation Pierce or Southern Pierce, or what's the name of that operation, is starting. I thought, okay, that's the night of the special military operation from the United States. I should change from gaming to another activity, but nothing happened, like zero. There are voices from Great Britain talking about government overflow with Valery Zaluzhny taking Zelensky's place. What do you think? I guess maybe our European allies and Americans, they are looking to this possible scenario. Because after all, NABU, Anti-Corruption Bureau, it initially obtained the funds from our Western allies. Those are independent institutions for now, but at first they were created and financed as the demand from our European colleagues for Ukraine to have those institutions. So I think they have the influence on NABU, and they now, I think they have something on Zelensky personally, and I think they now want to negotiate with Zelensky possible change. Maybe. It's just one of those conspiracy theories that are out there, so we're gonna see. For now, it's hard to predict. Yeah. Did you ever play Microsoft Flight Sim? Yeah, I have it. I downloaded. Shows your pilot closer. It's in later, maybe. If not, you should dress up in your uniform and play in a stream. No, I'm not flying airplanes any longer. Maybe I should wear the uniform and fly the flight simulator, but it's boring for me. Venezuelan President Maduro, the United States wants to rule the world but ignores its own millions without housing, food, education, and or betting addiction. They want to save others with weapons. First save yourselves. We know what to do with Venezuela. Classical response from Ukraine. So they want to save Ukrainians, with the weapons. That's what we may say to Russians. Russians want to rule the world, but ignore their own millions without housing. So it's like if you change United States for Russia and put it from those words to some of the Ukrainian official, it would sound exactly the same. First save yourselves. We know what to do with Ukraine. Yeah. Everything is the same. Zelensky should step down and the Ukrainian military should be in charge of the government. Also, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous. Like all of the changes, they are very dangerous. Well, maybe military. I'm not sure. Not sure, really. Then, do you still get pay even though you don't fly anymore? Oh, yeah, from YouTube, from people who support me on Patreon. Yeah, Oblivion told YouTube, Patreon. Also, I had some of the contracts with some of them advertisers, like Atlas VPN, Ground News. Well, I still have contract with the Ground News, and I just say I don't want to have integrations any longer. That's it. Addictions to betting? What? Southern Spear, yeah, through Kartoffen. So yeah, now it's only YouTube and Patreon. Before there were some of them, and I would say I'm very happy also that I was annoyed, honestly, making those integrations with other advertisers that I put in my video. It was, after all, annoying, time-consuming to have all of this. But I'm still happy because it at least I covered my taxes for 1 year with those. So I covered everything. So I'm happy that I had those integrations after all. But now I don't want to continue any longer because it's annoying after all. People click off the video, then they see integration with something. I see the graph that everything goes down, and viewers, they return at the middle of the video, but still it's less views than without advertisers, and it's annoying. Just it is time consuming for me, it is annoying for my audience. Yes, it pays out my taxes, but fuck it, it's better not to use it. John Meyer, who is that? I don't know, Nick, who is that? Mersheimer. Mersheimer. I don't know. So after the war, you can still fly, right? I don't think they fire you. How does that work there? The company doesn't exist, like only on paper, the company I was flying for. Maybe on a paper it doesn't exist any longer. How is your German learning, Denys? 0. And again, I miss your pilot license. Yeah, Betsy, I miss it too. Have to renew his license to fly. Yeah. Have to renew, but I hope I will not renew. I hope I will not fly in commercial aviation any longer. It is, after all, not for me. I spent so much time outside, like my life was not my life. It was someone's life. Life of the company, life of the guy who is outside everything, outside the family, totally busy with absolute useless shit. It's better to work for not for YouTube, but for yourself. Yeah. To be this some sort of the influencer. I hope I'll continue like that. I hope I'll still have the views, and the views equals income also. So now it's pretty much okay for me. I feel more comfortable. Mark Epstein told Newsweek that Booba mentioned in his 2018 email was not referring to Bill Clinton, despite Booba being a common nickname for him. He did not explain who Booba actually was or what the email meant. Booba. Putin has Booba pictures. I think I have... I think I know who is Booba. Well, it could not be Bill Clinton, or could it be Bill Clinton? It's hard to say. But... I'm gonna show you who is Booba. And there are already memes about it. I don't have the picture. But... okay, some of the advertisements, I don't have the ad blocker. Anyways, you see Ghislaine Maxwell, friend of Donald Trump. So she has a horse. had the horse. And the name of the horse was Booba. Is Booba Ghislaine Maxwell's horse? Bizarre claim emerges amid Epstein email mentioning Trump. Mark Epstein brother says clarified that the Booba is the Trump's blowing Booba email was not Bill Clinton. The identity of Booba has remained a mystery after the latest trench of Jeffrey Epstein email took the world by the storm. In one of the emails, to brother Mark mentioned Trump blown to Booba. The reference president kicked a row, with many speculating Booba to be referred to Bill Clinton. However, Mark Epstein confirmed this to Newsweek that Booba mentioned here is not Clinton. So what is this? Now a bizarre claim has been made that Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Booba. This outlandish claim, to be sure, comes from unverified profiles and has been widely circulated online. Oh, sorry. And already there is something. There is something happening. I did not have sexual relations with Donald Trump. Oh shit, where it is? Open an image in a new tab. Yeah, I did not have sexual relations with Donald Trump. Jesus Christ. So you see, yeah, where like release the files and everyone will not bother you any longer, yeah? There will be no such memes, okay? Nothing more like that. Just release freaking files, yeah, and everything will be all right. No, I will protect files for whatever cost, yeah. Buba means a dominant guy in the jail, guys. It's a jail slang. Oh, bro, Americans' politics are such a joke, it's embarrassing. Oh, Swain, yeah, hi. Bill Clinton. Yeah, his brother say that it's not a Bill Clinton. The brother who is involved, yeah? Mark Epstein. Already told that the Buba is not Bill Clinton. But who is he? In this case, tell us, Mark. It's interesting. United States Navy carrier strike group led by USS Gerald Ford has entered the Caribbean Sea 2 hours ago. I think they're already there for long, no? Uzbek President Sharhat Mirzoyev proposed to create a new community of Central Asia to formalize cooperation among the 5 Central Asian states, aiming to deepen economic security and environmental integration. Good idea. Uzbekistan is more or less independent on the Russian stuff. Venezuela. Where is Ukraine? Major Taylor Green. Ukraine struck a deal to import United States LNG through Greece from December. It's good. Oh, this one is interesting. I wonder if this video from that one or not. Photo, not video, photo. Switzerland got Trump to cut harsh tariffs by appealing directly to his tastes. A delegation of the Swiss business leaders arrived at the White House with lavish gifts, including 130,000 personalized gold bar and Rolex desk clock, plus flattery and promises of United States investment. Trump, who is known to appreciate gold, luxury, and business titans, warmed to the gesture. Days later, United States slashed tariffs on Swiss goods from 39 to 15. Source says, actions. This is crazy. Swiss are really smart in this manipulation. I think Zelensky should learn from Swiss how to deal with Trump, yeah? Denys, you keep pronouncing it like a slang for booby. And now booba is pronounced. Make it quite funny though. Drafters, what do you mean? Trump can be bribed. Yeah, easily, as you can see. Just 130K and you'll have cut in tariffs by 25%. That's crazy. 24. Shit. America is real. Just give him a gold bar. Gold bar means not the chocolate bar, but the real gold and Rolex. You need more gold. More gold. Oh, this is the harsh article, they say. While brave Ukrainians are fighting against Russian aggression to save their land, Ukraine needs to wipe out its own this corruption mess. Behind it, Timur Mindich, alongside childhood friend and business associate of President Zelensky. Yeah, they know each other for ages. Who co-owns Quartal 95, the entertainment studio that launched Zelensky's career? Firepoint, just one of the 500 drone companies set up after the start of the war in Ukraine sold 320 million worth of FP1 drones just in 2024, 30% of Ukrainians' total drone budget. Well, I wouldn't really attack Firepoint for now. After all, their drones are capable. So we'll see. If there are some of the corruption schemes involved, I guess it should be prosecuted, yes, but for now there is no proofs. So I will wait for Nabu to publish at least something on Firepoint, because for now those are just being speculations about Firepoint. But yes, it seems like it also associated with Timur Mindic, so the probability that their corruption schemes also is very high. Should be investigated. Its revenue surged from 4 million to 100 million in 2024, while its workforce expanded from 18 to 2,200 employees. It's also normal for the wartime economy, like let it be Firepoint company, maybe like their drones are working. Flamingo is like here and there, but drones are working. So expansion is normal. There is also another expansion happening in different drone companies. There is the major drone company for production of FPV drones. It also expanded maybe even more than Firepoint. So yeah, investigation is needed, but now we don't have direct material to work with on that company accusations. Now they just manipulate with those numbers, and it's not just about Firepoint. Like every production, and during the wartime, then there was no production. Now you have the production. Obviously, investments are growing. It's normal. It's, I would say, just journalist blah, blah, blah for now, without any proofs. For energy sector, Energatom, we have those proofs, yeah, presented by Nabu. For Firepoint, nothing. They're just manipulation for now. In 2025, the firm secured 1 billion contract, yes, funded through Danish-led European initiative, yes, to produce Flamingo missile, yes. So what's wrong about it? Critics have voiced concerns over how the company with only a prototype like in serial production certification could obtain such substantial award, suggesting potential favoritism in the building process. I don't know, like they just want to produce a missile, they required investments, and they produced the missile. For now, I don't see anything wrong about it. Yes, maybe like Neptune missile is better. As for me, like it is better. But maybe they decided to make something new missile, yeah. But maybe like if I was in charge, I would invest more into Neptune because it's the proven missile. Unlike Flamingo, it's like kind of the risky, after all, investment from this perspective. But I don't think that it's some sort of the corruption scheme. Maybe favoritism, but try to prove that favoritism. So it's kind of sneaky. So it's about Flamingo. It's blowing an elephant from the fly or from the mouse. Yeah. So you know that I'm very critical to the government of Ukraine, to Zelensky personally. But for now, I don't see that exactly Firepoint, like without evidence, is involved in those schemes. Absolutely. Like we need proofs. Before that, everything is blah, blah, blah. Nabu investigation trace Firepoint ultimate ownership back to Timur Mindic. That's good. Yes. If they find something, I'm gonna film one more video that, okay, there was favoritism. They like got $1 billion or something. Denmark is involved. Yeah. Denmark initiative, I don't know. If they really find something, for now, no. Timur Mindic accountant Igor Fursenko, who is also accounted for Firepoint, has been arrested. That's interesting. Investigation uncovered 100 billion money laundering network just 300 meters from the SBU headquarters. That's not connected to Firepoint. They should have written about it. But now from this article, it's not understandable. It seems like you read about Firepoint and now you have 100 million. If you didn't know the context, if you don't know the context, you would connect reading this article, this one, to Firepoint. So this article is incorrectly written. Zelensky promised to fight corruption in 2019. Yes, promised, but failed. This is the time to radically move on it, and if not late. Well, this article for now is about nothing. About Firepoint, for now, they don't have proofs. Yeah, this one. What do you think, guys? What do you think about this? I don't think that without proofs, they can state that Firepoint is also involved. Energatom, yes. But Firepoint, they build nice drones, FP1 at least, and FP2, they're capable. What I think is actually the best possible option for Ukraine. War can't be won, nor Ukrainian army can't efficiently stop Russian army. What Ukraine should aim for, realistically, say your opinion. Robert, the best option is to freeze the war and wait for Russian regime to collapse. But Russia doesn't want it, so the only option is to, I guess, resist. Like two options, resist or surrender. Choose. If there will be such as scandals happening, if Ukrainian military command will behave as it is, if there are no reforms, Ukraine cannot resist, unfortunately, in this case. So the best variant is obviously follow Donald Trump's initiative to freeze the war. Yeah, freeze the war, but Putin doesn't want to. He doesn't want. Talk bad about this mic and he'll buy a new one. Timon, yes, you know me better than me. Good evening, Incorruptus Sculptor. And thanks for the reply. Yeah, Robert, no one might tell what it's gonna be in a year or two, but for now I don't see any sort of the options, honestly. Which might bring some sort of the victory for Ukraine right away, no. Do you have seen a new K2 drone video under the bridge? Yes. Sadly, they detonated the drone quite far away from those guys, but finished them with FPV. Yeah, I saw it. I cannot show it here, but I saw it, yeah. The ending was crazy. Russian burns 2 times, in real life and in hell. Russian for sure. I think that EU countries funding, it can say in its also. I don't know. Resist is the only option. Yeah, I think so. But you see, resisting is physically resisting is not helping. Ukraine is losing the ground little by little, unfortunately. So for Ukraine, maybe it will take years and years to resist and to lose the ground. But the situation is not getting better, unfortunately. Finnish president stooped to Associated Press. In World War II, Stalin was in Berlin in 4 years. We are almost 4 years into the war and Russia is nowhere near Kiev. And there is not going to get there. And they are not going together. Again, Second World War has nothing to do with the current war. Everything changed, battlefield changed, tools which people use, fighters use on the front lines changed. It's uncomparable. And he also, if he referred to Stalin in this in this parallel, Stalin is Putin or what? And Berlin is Kiev, so Ukraine is what? Nazi Germany or what? What's about this comparison? I mean, this is stupid to compare, as for me. Greetings to Finland. You think Ukrainian troops in Pokrovsk sector will retreat but suffer heavy casualties? Sandwich, yes. At this point, it might be better to organize elections, and maybe Zelensky should take a step back. Unfortunately, we are at a standstill, and the whole nation needs to join. Yeah, there is the lack of trust between the Ukrainian government and the Ukrainian people. Like, it's not the lack of trust, it's absent, zero. I don't know who supports the Ukrainian government now. I don't know those people. Well, they're out of my circle. Paul, hi. I think at the moment the only option is to stop Russia if EU, United States, and other countries start a full military force war against Russia. Yeah, you see, Ukraine cannot stop Russia with the resources it has and with weapons it has. And by the way, elections are also tricky because, yeah, it also could, how to say, destabilize Ukrainian society even more. I just want the war to end. Too many people are suffering. Would it really be that bad if Russia took Ukraine? Yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad. They would provide their... it's like they want to erase everything Ukrainian. And those Ukrainians who would support their Ukrainian identity, they would recognize by Russia as Nazis. That's what they say, denazification. It means de-Ukrainization. So complete cancellation of the Ukrainian identity. This time they will do it completely vanishing Ukrainian culture, accounting Ukrainians as Russians, and using Ukrainians in further advancements. Ukraine is just one step. One step. So it's gonna be a big war. It's already evident. Ukrainians could fight for Russia, could fight against Russia. Russia wants them to fight for Russia, occupying Ukrainians at first and making them Russians. That's what's happening on occupied territories. They're erasing Ukrainian culture completely. There is a handle. Well, are there Ukrainians generals? No. They're not there very close. Buba is in the chat. It would be hard for eastern regions of Ukraine to vote. Yes, yes. Everyone knows where everyone is now. There is no supplies. Everyone can be hit at any time. It is just whether you have the resources. If it's profitable, make the hit. Yeah. Now you see the weather plays a great role. Now Russians may move substantially forward under the cover of fog. I'm sure that tomorrow with my update, I'm gonna update the chart and we'll see more Russian tricky advancements to like even 5-10 kilometers easily under cover of the fog. Then they want Ukraine like how they have Belarus on their side. So maybe part of Ukraine will be like stay Ukraine, but pro-Russian Ukraine. But the main part they want to annex. And they're speaking about it openly. And they're annexing Ukrainian territories where they organize fake referendums and just occupy. For now, we see occupation is ongoing. They put Ukrainian land into the Russian constitution, calling it Russia. Zelensky. A historic agreement has been prepared with France. There will be a significant strengthening of our combat aviation, air defense, and other defense capabilities. I think they're speaking about Rafale jets. Now we have helicopter flying. Denys, do you know what is the worst thing in my opinion? In the last video, it seems like you're demoralized and that you have sort of realized that there is not a lot of hope left. Yes. Finally, I see it. Yes, that there is not a lot of hope. I agree. That is not my own feeling. Yeah, people in Ukraine mainly feel the same. Trump bought at least 82 million and possibly 337 million in corporate and municipal bonds from the late August to early October. His 175 plus purchases include companies benefits from his policies like chip makers, tech firms, retailers, and major banks. And he bought Intel bonds after the government took a stake in Intel. The White House says he doesn't manage the portfolio himself. Yeah, of course he doesn't. He just blah, 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 and people in his circle, they're purchasing it. So what happens if Zelensky steps down? No one knows. For me, right now, it's not an option. If there are direct accusations against him with proofs, he should step down. Nope, on what especially is, I may ask Denys, in which way or on what did you lose hope? Well, I still have a hope, but I see what is happening. I see what is happening with, like, Ukrainian army men are running out from Ukrainian army. That's the fact. Ukrainian military command is incompetent. We see it in Pokrov's direction. We see it in Zaporizhia. That's the fact. Ukrainian government is corrupt. That's the fact. Is it enough to lose the hope, at least some part of it? I think it's enough. And the Russians are moving, like, it's perfect time for them to move, actually. And yeah, allies support Ukraine less. They even bought more Russian gas this year than the last year, so this war is strange. Oh, Ryabke. Well, Ryabke is strange, but here I mainly agree with him. Ukraine is heading towards strategic defeat against Russian invasion forces. Yet neither the Ukrainian army nor its Western partners are drawing the necessary lessons from their previous mistakes in the conduct of the war against Russia. The area controlled by Ukraine shrank by another 586 square kilometers in October and November. A new annual height in territorial losses is likely to be reached. This brings a monthly loss on the scale of German state of Berlin within reach. Russia's offensive in the regions of the major cities Dnipro and Zaporizhia are thus only a matter of months. Yes, at most 1 to 2 years. Yes, maybe next year we're going to see the battle for Zaporizhia. If neither the government in Kiev nor its Western partners immediately initiate a strategic turnaround, Russia will win this war piece by piece, a horrifying prospect with devastating geopolitical consequences for the entire globe. It's the warning, yeah. Europe and the United States should support Ukraine with everything, and the Ukraine should reform. Without two of those things, it's gonna be not so good. I would say not good completely. How can Ukraine stop desertions? Reforms. You cannot punish people like, you see, they deserted because Ukrainian military command is not competent in many of the brigades. Not all of them are not competent in many of the brigades. So soldiers afraid to lose their lives just like that, because not because of Russians, but because of the stupid command. Sternenko says about it, like he says his friends are fighting in one of the brigades in Zaporizhia, and they all went out from their positions and they left their unit. Even though they are very talented, they were fighting for many years already, drone operators. They left because they didn't want to lose their lives. Not because of Russia, but because of the stupid command. So if you remove this thing, so if you perform the reforms in Ukrainian army, replace freaking Syrsky, who is Russian and who studied in Russia and who has relatives in Russia, and I wonder why he is a Ukrainian main commander. If he replace him, his deputies and other commanders, you do audit for every branches and you reform the construction of Ukrainian army into corps and divisions, that might help. Not might help, but it will help 100%. And put those capable officers, really capable, really who have respect among Ukrainian soldiers. If you appoint them for commanders, it will work. Without it, people will continue to run. That's if you punish people, like, okay, they run away, you punish them for, let's say, 15 years in prison. Well, still, it is better than to lose their life. And they will continue to run. So it's not comparable even, yeah? Desertion used to swamp units and on the route. What do you Western allies need to do, in your opinion? Increase the military support. Unfortunately, it all goes for the United States, mostly. Europe may increase the support, and also they should stop cooperation with Russia. Yeah. Anywhere, gas, oil, apply more sanctions, and so on. Turkish defense company MKA successfully completed the first live-fire test of its new Tolga short-range air defense system, achieving 100% success across 8 engagement scenarios. Yeah, against the drones or what? The system demonstrates effectiveness, drone detection, jamming, and hard kill interceptions using specially developed integrations ammunition. MKA states that Tolga is ready for mass production and can be integrated into fixed facilities vehicles. And really? Let's watch it. Whoa, this is the automatic machine gun. Cool. Those are drones, enemy drones, radar systems. I will reduce the volume. So there is the drone the system operator. Turret system with a revolver weapon. So it's like a similar to Gepard air defense, just smaller, yeah, and also remote. So it's 12.7 millimeter turret system with a rotary weapon. Still, it's too much to put on those small vehicles. Like, there should be some, this portable, very portable thing to be made. This one only could be put on big vehicles or command centers. Well, you can defend at least some territory with it, but actually then you cannot move that much of the equipment, I would say, I think. So it only could be used occasionally, not massively. But also, I think could be used against Shahed drones. Well, depends on what altitude they fly. Oh, nice. You can put them on MRAPs. You can put them on MRAPs, but what I see that it has just just the turret on MRAP and the wires are going somewhere else. You see, the radar itself is maybe outside the vehicle. Well, we'll see. Yeah, the wires go so. This is not the radar, or is it the radar? Because it looks differently, this radar system. It's bigger, like here, yeah? It's bigger. I think you also can put it on a vehicle, on the same vehicle. Yeah, for MRAPs it's awesome. I think it can be used. But also there should be some sort of the operator controls. I think everything of that should be done automatically. If they see drones, it should detect and fire automatically. Yeah, this radar is huge. You cannot put this big one on, like, it will be just the drone suppression vehicle. And what is this radar? The big one, it's also hard to say. So this vehicle without radar, it's useless, of course. It's just a vehicle with a turret. You need to have this component also somewhere. Yeah. So it's smaller than Gepard, but I don't see its wide use on the front lines. Unfortunately, what I think there should be a microwave system. Really microwave. Enemy drones up to 10,000. It's maybe ident 10,000. So 10,000 is the turret system with a revolver weapon. It's the big one. It requires separate truck to operate. And the small one is just 300 meters. I wonder how it may fire against maneuverable drones, because you don't fly just straight on a drone, you maneuver. And maybe this is the part of the radar, or this is the radar. Like, it's hard to tell, really. Soft kill, hard kill. Mobile radar electronic optic system jammer. That's the jammer. That's not, maybe this is small radar. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Tolga defense system. Hard to tell what people write. Cool, a swarm of drones will simply go around and approach from all sides and from different heights. Yes. Like, it may fire one drone, but what will happen if vehicle is encircled by different drones from multiple directions? Turkey keeps proving it can produce world-class system without relying on foreign supplies. I think there are lots of the foreign supplies and this sophisticated equipment from all of the world. It's not fully made in Turkey. Come on, it's not possible. Even for Russia, it's not possible. Automatic Bloomberg pass would work. Oh, well, yeah. Maybe it needs approval, so I don't shoot at friendly drones. Yeah. Lots of the suppliers, yeah. They have lots of the different options, it looks like, yeah. No use in the mud season and front useless stationary. Yeah, it's interesting. Israel is willing to let the United States sell F-35 jets to Saudi Arabia only if the deal is tied to Saudi normalization with Israel. Israel is willing to let the United States to do something. This sounds interesting. Israel is willing to let United States. That sounds interesting. Really. Hunter Biden on Trump. This motherfucker. The way that he talks about my dad. Fuck him. My dad kicked his ass like a rented mule and beat him by 7.5 million votes. That's why he hates my dad, because he beat him. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. I think that's the most thing why Trump hates Biden, and why he sometimes recalls his name even now after he is a president for 1 year. Willing to let, yeah.
Just as a son, as a man, this motherfucker, the way that he talks about my dad, fuck him. And again, sorry for my language.
It's okay.
But he is obsessed. And I tell you the reason why he's obsessed. Because unlike anyone else, my dad kicked his ass like a rented mule and beat him by 7.5 million votes. Got more votes than anyone that has ever run for president of the United States of America, and 81 million votes, at higher participation rate than anyone that has ever run for president since 1901. That's why he hates my dad, because he beat him. So he has to literally change history. Everything with them is projection or confession. Biden crime family. What a goddamn joke. What a goddamn joke.
Yeah, here I would agree with him. Europe needs to wake up. We are too afraid. If we are afraid of cost, how much will we spend if Ukraine collapses against Russia on our defense plus humanitarian aid? We are too comfortable here. Ed, thank you so much for your kind support. I agree that Europe should be involved because it may face two combined armies with military experience, unfortunately, if everything goes according to Russians' plan. Biden has permanent residence in Trump's head. Yes. Trump is so pathetic. Yeah. Then he was elected. We have very interesting content to review, yeah? Oh, this is crazy. I cannot show it to you. I can scroll very fast. There was the peak. There was the peak that went up close to Russians, and actually peak saved Russians' life because it stepped on a mine, and the Russians didn't. Exactly the same path where Russians chose to advance. China has warned Chinese students in Japan to be cautious due to rising tensions. Really, again, tensions? I didn't know, but some of the Chinese people immigrate to Japan. For me, it's kind of strange, but they do it. This is the same thing. Clashes in Mexico. Again, the pig. Oh, Kolomoisky says, Kolomoisky, who is now sitting in a prison, says that, he founded Zelensky campaign with media and financial support to protect his assets. So post-win tensions lead to United States sanctions. Well, America wants to get Kolomoisky to United States soil for persecution, but he is in Ukraine still. He called Zelensky Generalissimus Napoleon the Fourth. Didn't he pay Napoleon for us, Zelensky? He really got into the role. Soon his Napoleon will be gone. He financed Zelensky's. I didn't put it up. He financed Zelensky's campaign, but now he doesn't like Zelensky. He called him Napoleon. And yeah. Jake bro, that's disappointing. I guess Ukraine has to hit it again. Russia's Novorossiysk port resumes oil loading after Ukrainian attack. Yes, I spoke about it on Telegram. For now, it seems like one line survived, and now there is offload of oil. Pomegranates with nuts can extend your lifespan. Yeah. Yeah, this is maybe what watches, golden watches that were presented by Trump. Nice move. Russian forces employing guided munition fired from have multiple. That's the Russian strike in Ukrainian position. I wonder where it was filmed. Rubicon. Guidance provided by Russian Rubicon. Yeah, Rubicon, their unit is very capable. It's the pain in the ass. Rubicon is like this. There. Russian propagandist of Italian nationality, Alexandra De Rossi, currently a professor of the University of Turin, openly supports Russian aggression against Ukraine. Fuck her. Under Perpetua, who follows the losses of both of the sides, many vehicles that Ukraine loses to being destroyed are not actually ultimately destroyed. They are towed back and repaired. The same is true for Russia. There are fewer truly destroyed vehicles than listed. I've always said I count requiring extensive factory work as a destroyed, but it's a real sense many are ultimately repaired, even if it takes few months, and by the end of it turned into the ship of Theseus. Yeah. This man, Rickson. Who the hell is this? Streamer Jack Doherty has been arrested in Florida. He has been charged with possession of controlled substance and resisting arrest. Is he a douchebag? I'm sure that Charlie already filmed something about him. Denys, do you think Donetsk will ever be Ukrainian again? Yes, after Russians collapse. Moist. Critical. Yeah, he already filmed about it. Jack Doherty getting arrested. Ooh. Doherty.
What? No. that doesn't put a smile on your face, nothing will. That would make even the Grinch's heart grow 3 sizes, seeing that arrest footage there. The officer repeating, "Who the fuck are you?" right to Jack Dorkey's little face there. I know that was soul-crushing. That was a dagger. That was a wooden stake through the vampire's heart. Hearing the officer just bitch on him like that in the arrest footage. But yeah, anyway, Sack Dorkey here, 22, which, by the way, what a brutal existence being 22 years old and looking like that. Goober still looks like he puts his teeth under his pillow waiting for the tooth fairy to leave him a quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude's asking for the coloring sheets at restaurants that he pays visits to. Even his mugshot, he looks like he's posing for the middle school yearbook or something. This guy just super sucks, and he literally looks like a baby man. It's got to be awful. It's actually just got to be truly terrible. But anyway, he was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and resisting an officer without violence, according to...
Okay, so it's understandable. What is your favorite PC games genre? I like something like RPG now. JRPG, like Stellar Blade, I like to start to play once again, maybe. Yeah, some shooters maybe, like Arc Raiders, also nice. We can't drive a little. Denys, do you actually have the time also to spend with your family? I am sorry. Yeah, I have some, but not too much. Dorothy crushes cars, sober too. He is naturally a goober. Yeah, it's the first time I heard about him, but it seems like he's a cringe guy. By the way, I ordered a new camera already from China. It's available on eBay. I didn't know, but for so many, no, it's better to order it on AliExpress. It's DJI Osmo Action 6. Something like this. I have the 5 version 5. I like it. It's nice camera, especially wireless microphone. So I ordered the 6 one because it has the better, what better? Better matrix, or how to call it. Retina. How to call it? This better matrix. It's bigger. I don't know if it's still not the best camera I want, but it also has the variable aperture from 2 to 4. It is something unique for the action camera. I think it will fit me. My needs. Well, Action 5 is also good. I just want to have the best possible action camera on the market, and this one is the best. I think so. Yeah, gear acquisition syndrome it's called. I'll still go with Osmo Action 4. I also have Osmo Action 4. Maybe I'll gonna make a review, yeah. Osmo Action 4, Osmo Action 5, and there will be Osmo Action 6. Compare them, and we'll see. 4 is also good. But 5, I think, is better. After all, for night especially, it's more sensitive. And also, battery life is 2 times bigger, I think, for 5th version. For 739 USD, does it make also the coffee? No, it's like the price, it's eBay price. People just, they want to sell you shit. I'll tell you how much it cost in China website. Also my Action 6. So this is what I paid. 467 euros. Okay, So maybe 500 something dollars. Here it's like $200 less on AliExpress. So it's like that. Do you get a real product there, though it's just the box? What do you mean? Yeah, it's official the distribution. Yeah, I ordered it on AliExpress, but it's official shop there. Yeah, it's official shop. It sells official stuff. Osmo 360, which is not good really. Yeah. I like it because it also goes, like I can connect microphones. I have DJI Mic Mini, connect to this one and have good sound. I was waiting for this update and finally the release. Do you get a real product? Yeah. Are you drinking? Water? Yes. Water with lime juice. Good evening. Good evening, Kasmi. With the current economic situation in Italy, I would say on a 50 euros budget max. Oh, let's see. Auction older gear for Ukraine. Totally. I think who would like this older gear? I promised one subscriber my gear, but I went to post office and I have two of the GoPros I promised him, and they told me I should put my address. I don't want anyone to know my address, so it's kind of complicated to deliver it somewhere. Also, DJI released DJI 2 Neo drone. I think drones are banned in the United States of America. Drones, DJI drones. Should I review some of the Ukrainian YouTubers, what they say, pro-Ukrainian? Rick the Ukrainian, he went to the interview. Uh-huh. Such a nice podcast studio, yeah? It's great. I think it's great, yeah, this podcast studio. A big round table, dark background, and big sign, some of the light here. Microphones, the previous version of this one that I use, connected via XLR somewhere. Very tidy studio. Well, there are some of the wires there behind my image over there. But in general, it's fine. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Med kits. Like an IFAC, like individual first aid kit. Yeah, no, just right. Hmm.
Okay, so it's a long podcast. It's very interesting. Maybe Theo it Itner. Where is he based?
That's very progressive. You don't.
Oh, that's interesting variant for podcast to have this monitor, big monitor, and like you're in podcast studio and so on.
Often see these sorts of things happening while the war is underway. Usually, the international community waits till the war is. You could probably have a pretty good refugees with too many.
This podcast is really nice. I mean, for the look, it is awesome. And before it was everything online, yeah. Oh, Starsky here.
Operator Starsky or Andre, thank you very much for joining us here in the middle of the night.
2 months
we have
ago.
To note that because of scheduling problems,
Interesting.
And some issues there, and of course the time difference between here in Europe and Alaska, we're having to do this late at the night. Now they've already landed. As we speak, apparently they are in the actual meeting.
Oh, so it was by the time the meeting between Donny and Putti.
But unfortunately, we will not be able to get the reaction from the planned press conference. Nevertheless, I did want to reach out to you and get your impressions and your thoughts at this time. So thanks for coming back.
Thank you so much. We can look at it from two perspectives as usual. One is emotional perspective, when you can see a US president shaking hands with a bloody maniac, which is of course extremely embarrassing. On the other hand, there is always a diplomatic etiquette.
Okay, interesting. Channel. It was interesting. Well, I haven't received any notice from Phil to participate, but like I'm open for collaborations. Yeah. How it's going to? Everything is great. Loads his here. Itner lives in Kiev. Really? I thought. Oh, okay. He will shake Paul with anything. Yeah, Trump. Yes. Starsky did a hilarious Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Make some dissing review of history legends. We need some true fun here. No. I don't want to review those bloggers. No. You can put in address for like a parking lot in New York. No. It also doesn't work like that. I need to put my real address. That's what my post says to me. I'm just reviewing some of the maybe interesting videos for review, and I cannot find a good videos for reaction. Probably should be better prepared for the live streams. Let's check out the news if we don't have anything of that. Many people expect Ukraine to last a few days or months maximum against Russia. Here we are 3 years later. Ukraine is surprising us all, and every day it remains free against Russia is a victory. Yes, Ed, I understand. It's good, yeah, that Ukraine is still resisting, but Ukraine cannot do it forever. And the signs that are erupting right now, they show that after all, it's Ukraine and the Ukrainian patriotic spirit, it's not infinite, and it's a miracle that Ukraine for almost 4 years is capable to fight with the current resources, current everything. So, yeah, it's good, but on the other hand, it's in the long term, the signs are not so good. Thank you for support. Russians Oriol thermal power plant. It's like that. Oriol. Smoke is coming from the power plant.
Дым идет, что там? Непонятно, как это дым откуда-то. Дым идет, что там?
Дым идет, что там? French media report that tomorrow morning a briefing will be held at Élysée Palace with defense industry representatives, followed by the signing of the letter of intent between France and Ukraine. Letter of intent, so it's not a deal, it's a letter of intent. The focus: Rafale jets, SAM-T&G, air defense with Aster 30B1 NT missiles, ground fire 300 radar, and UAV systems. Ukraine is likely to become the 10th Rafale operator. Through deliveries could take until 2029. It's a long song for Rafale to be delivered. It's like a Gripen initiative. It is initiative, yeah. So it's like intent letter. It's not the real contract or whatsoever. But it's better than nothing. But again, it's a long movie. And who knows what might happen the next year, the year after tomorrow. So it's... as with Gripens, yeah. News about Gripens. Wow, Ukraine obtains the first jet in 3 years, maybe. Okay. So there's some immediate solution should be done. Okay, where is it happening? Donetsk. Drones from the 1st Corps of the National Guards, Special Forces Brigade Azov, continue to hit Russian forces, destroying equipment. Well, Azov is now being deployed to the Brapila direction, across the Brapila. And some of the tank need to sneeze it, squeeze it over there, yeah. Yeah. Still waiting for the geolocation. Maybe some other volunteers will share the geolocation. Another high-level meeting took place between Russian and Syrian military officials, this time on Syrian soil. Syrian Defense Minister General Marhauf Abu Karsa met with Russian Deputy Defense Minister Yunusbek Yeukumov to discuss strengthening bilateral military cooperation and improving coordination mechanism between their forces. Well, Russia just wants to keep their military bases. We all thought, like pro-Ukrainian channels, yeah, all wrote and filmed, and me too, that it's the end of the Russian military bases, but They're still out there. They're not so active as before, but Russia wants to still make them more active, at least to use those on Africa as a supply hub or supply hubs. Everything is around Ukraine, 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 Ukraine. Lviv Oblast, Ukraine. Some sort of the man blown up a grenade after he was stopped by Ukrainian police. Yeah, definitely looks like a grenade. 37-year-old. He thrown the grenade under his own legs. Interesting. Well, he was hospitalized, not kaputted. Ukraine-Iceland football match. Ukraine, I think, won. Yeah. Yeah, Ukraine won 2-0. It's Poland they played. They played in Poland. Okay, nice. Some of the kabooms happening in Russia. Well, we had some of the news today from Russia, from Ukraine, multiple of the kabooms, and yeah. What Russians post. Do they have their military maps? No, not yet. I wonder how dangerous grenades are. I thought if there was one near your legs, that was it. No, it depends on grenade. There are several modifications. Also, the grenades are used for attack, for defense. Attacking grenades, they're used in very like you might throw them further away and still run, shoot, and grenade explodes and it causes significant damage, let's say, in some of the small area. It's like a Counter-Strike grenade or something, like in a game. But there is a defense grenade that carries more of the shrapnel particles. That is very, very powerful, and if it was a defense grenade, for sure he would not survive. They're usually bigger, heavier, and more of the particles there. Hi to Chile, and we're electing a communist like president. What do you think about it? I don't know. You are electing. I don't like communists, so yeah. It's up to you. You elect communist or not communist. People decide, but and now you see, I don't like far left and I don't like far right, so communists I also don't like, because Ukraine was living under communist regime for extensive period of time. What's the last video on SA3? What? It's Ukrainian team, football team. Dennis, you don't like hockey? No, I like hockey. I just don't watch it for more than a year. I didn't watch any sort of the game. I don't have time for it. And then it comes to real communist people decide just once. Yes. Yeah, then communists are elected. There is no more decisions. There are not more decisions. Almost 10 p.m. for me. I wonder how my video performs. Oh, it's doing great. I'm surprised. Maybe it's better not to film, to upload videos soon. To let this video to boil a little. I'm not sure. I'm biased because of supporting anything Ukrainian now, but the sumo wrestlers from Ukraine are kicking so much ass. Video great, yeah, it's 32 minutes long. It's crazy long. I need the haircut. I already signed up for appointment, but I overslept, sadly. Sneaky Pizza A, thanks for following. Stay awesome. Imanea came back to Twitch. She's streaming. It's nice. I have not watched it yet. Totally insane. How could you? United States Permanent Representative to NATO Matthew Whitaker stated that Donald Trump has strengthened NATO by ensuring that allied countries have increased their defense spending and strengthened their own capabilities. Maybe, I don't know. Orban says that we shouldn't afraid for Russia because Russia is weak and we are strong. Orban says NATO is stronger than Russia, so we shouldn't afraid. For him, like let's let Russia occupy Ukraine, and it would be great. Then use a lone mover to cut here easy. What is lone mover? Yeah, I think I can do it myself. Really, I just need to cut from the sides and cut from the top. What is lone mover? I'll Google it. Google. You mean the big one or what? Or for the hair trim? Not this one, yeah. This could cut a little bit more than I need. Maybe this one, yeah. The lone mover. What is he doing with this?
The Lawnmower 3.0 Plus has been improved. Free to get creative with. Completely, just pop the trimmer head off and snap your new one on. Once you start shaving, on the LED spotlight and explore the crannies and
Do I need it? Lawnmower. I thought actually they're more expensive. I don't need it because I don't have the grass anywhere. At least not in my property, personal property. I would like to ride the one, yeah. If it had the a chair or something. Grow long, like Charlie from Moist Critical, yeah? Charlie Penguin Zero. Denys, get a robot one. How mold is Orban now? How old? I don't know. How old is he? You may Google. Short hairs are fringy only. Yeah, I need to cut it, I think. And I'm still continuing to lose my hair. Well, maybe if it is longer, it's not that visible. If it is short, maybe I shouldn't cut. But from the sides, I think I need. Mine has a hair on a tractor. Denys, you need something that moves or blinks somewhere. You can be very still and looks like your chat ended or froze. Really? You mean like it's a glitch of the video of the stream, yeah? You don't need one, but you would definitely get the best one anyway. For the ladies, okay. Should get a mohawk and create a metal band. Mine races on its own. Yeah, I think I can do it myself. Just not like finding the time to go for barbershop. It's crazy. Maybe I should like purchase something to crack like this. Cut. Yeah. Could be ugly, but I cut my hair like this. Then it was a COVID and everything was closed. All of the barbershops. I just cut with a machine and that's it. It was ugly, but I didn't care. Have anyone noticed that if you changed his mustache and haircut, Peskov really resemble Hitler a lot? Yeah. It's just a light version of Hitler. I'll click this one just for it to be in my history, and later on gonna check it out. Yeah, I like the games like Nier Automata, for example. It's a nice game. And also Stellar Blade is good. Stalker is nice also. I haven't tried Stalker with the new patch for thermal camera. I wonder what people are streaming now most of all. Okay, let's check out some of the pro-Ukrainian YouTubers. Like here I see Johnny. Johnny is a nice guy. I wonder where he's from. From Finland, Sweden, or like somewhere from North. The dark side of Finland. Like a short video about Ukraine's biggest weakness and how Russia plans to exploit it.
Hi, Yoni here. Ukraine's biggest weakness in the war and Russia's biggest opportunity. That will be the topic of today's video. But before getting to the video, please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy my content. It really helps my channel. And also, as always, a little reminder about my fundraiser. It's still going well, but we need more money to finish it. The link to the fundraiser's website is in the description of this video. Let's keep the momentum going. Please share and donate if you can. Thank you. Slava Ukraini. Now let's get to the video. Ukraine's biggest weakness of the war and Russia's biggest opportunity. Russia is a tough opponent. What makes it a tough opponent is that Russia has more men and more resources than Ukraine. And that makes war complicated in the long term. And because of that, it's not surprising that Ukraine's lack of infantry is its biggest weakness. And as a result, it's also Russia's biggest opportunity. It's the toughest problem Ukraine faces, and it could decide the war if not fixed. It's existential and it just needs to be fixed one way or another. The sooner the better. Ukraine has done far better than expected during this war. It has managed to stop Russia from reaching its strategic goals for almost 4 years. It's using a two-part strategy that I described in a previous video. It's basically trading land for time while hitting Russia's economy with deep strikes. But that strategy needs boots on the ground, and more than Ukraine currently has. Drones and artillery help a lot, and they can decrease the number of soldiers needed at the front, but infantry still matters. You just need soldiers to hold ground, and Ukraine does not have enough. Many of Ukraine's units have a lot of soldiers, but they don't have enough infantry. Why is it the case? AWOLs, desertions, too few volunteers, limited mobilization, and higher losses among infantry. Those are probably the key reasons. And it's a dangerous combination. Infantry is brutal work. Short training, too long rotations, and command issues. All of these make the job even worse. Ukraine's core reform has the potential to help with these issues, but it's a slow process. Until then,
it's not a slow process. It's not going at all, those reforms. And I already described why people are leaving Ukrainian army, even on their own will.
The gap remains huge and Russia knows it. Ukraine must somehow fix mobilization and recruitment, while also decreasing AWOLs and desertions. For that to happen, the army's reputation needs to improve. The army must be more fair and more professional. And not professional in the sense of career, but professional in the sense of not making mistakes. Mobilized and recruited.
Yeah, and we see the same mistakes, like again and again. Lots of those pockets in Avdiivka, same mistakes in Pokrovsk, and people see that, and of course they afraid to lose their lives because of the stupid command.
Troops need to be trained properly and for a longer time than now. There needs to be more incentives for people to join infantry. It could be pay, for example, or longer holidays, and also infantry needs shorter rotations on the front. Motivation starts with trust and competence.
Yeah, as Dylan said, like there was the guy with the rotation, like he spent several months on position, several months. That's crazy.
Everything in a war is linked. Issues can quickly turn into vicious circles. If you lack infantry, the existing infantry will pay the price. While if you have more infantry, then the infantry has an easier job, and it's just safer when you have enough men. Ukraine needs to continue its core reform, and needs to improve its training, its command, and its reputation. It also needs to improve incentives, and Europe can also help. More aid to Ukraine means better conditions for troops, including infantry. Europe must seize Russia's frozen assets and provide them to Ukraine. We need to help Ukraine more with scaling up the production of missiles and drones, and we need to give Ukraine more weapons from Europe, and also help with training. We could also send instructors to Ukraine. Anything that helps the army and hurts Russia helps Ukraine's infantry. This is existential for Ukraine, but also for Europe as a whole. Ukraine needs more infantry to keep its two-part strategy alive, and to end the war one day. Europe must step up so that Ukraine can step up. Waiting means losing and paying a higher price later. What do you think about this? Will Ukraine manage to at least partially solve this issue? Should Ukraine decrease the mobilization age? What's the best way for Ukraine to deal with this issue? Did Zelensky make a mistake when he allowed people under 22 to leave the country? Write your thoughts in the comments. I tried to answer most of them. Well, that was it for today's video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, please...
Yeah, again, for leaving the countries, there's no law existing in Ukraine that forbids leaving. So actually, Parliament didn't take the law. Those are the orders from Zelensky. That's it. So I don't think mobilization age, lowering age will help, because they will also leave the army. It's just demotivation, huge demotivation, and the reasons I already told. Yeah, without reforms in army, without removing incompetent command and putting competent command in power, nothing will happen. You can lower the age, you will just waste more soldiers. That's it. More young men. It's interesting. Who else? I want to review pro-Ukrainian. Artur Rehi, maybe. He still goes on a full live stream mode. And how many people watch him? 30 people watching. Constant. It's like a free chat, yeah? I think I say hi. I can say hi here in the chat. Can someone tell me something? Then I see email. Ah, okay. Yeah, that was interesting. I will go on that one on the highway and will be put in jail. I hate that he live stream returns all the time rather than do it then he is online. He live stream returns all the time. Oh, someone responded. Sama Golselen, yo. I can type yo. Someone responded on his stream. Cockster. Ah, it's Cockster. Is there anybody out there? Come on. That's the key thing. We need to unconditionally give Ukraine more weapons and ammunition. Yeah. Hi, Claire. Just pop back to stream. Hi, I hope you're okay. Saw you on Emania's stream today. My nephew and I watched her. I remember then I thought her name was Finnish version of Emma. Emania, I don't know. Drunk drummer, hi. Привет. Not you can hear me. I can hear you. I can see you. You can't guess who I am. If Ukraine lowers the conscription age to 18, that I think will once more volunteer. I already was in Ukraine for 6 months for friends invent needs that I can carry my 51-year-old body to the... We need to save their next generation. I agree, like 18 years old to mobilize, like people on the fronts. On the front line can call, okay, let's mobilize everyone, but people in the armchairs as me and as those YouTubers, also pro-Ukrainian YouTubers, they have no right to call like that, because those are not their kids, those are not their brothers, those are like, you understand, yeah? This is the moral point of view. If you are not fighting yourself, you cannot call to mobilize young men into the trenches. And I never call it. Like not just young men, but anyone. He also published about the scandal. Yeah, it seems like I want really to check the attitude of pro-Ukrainian YouTubers on this thing, on the scandal.
In the last 10 years, probably after 2014, when Russia and their backed separatists started their thing in the eastern Ukraine, Donbass and Luhansk. Ever since that time, ever since the start of the war, not the full-scale invasion, but 10 years, this is the biggest corruption scandal, and it hurts Ukrainian population. Why? Because this scandal focuses, the core of it is in Ukrainian energy, Energoatom, which is Ukrainian state-owned energy company. On the screen you can see a photo of Timur Mindic. a close friend of President Volodymyr Zelensky and a co-owner of Zelensky's founded media company Kvartal 95. We don't know if they are friends right now, but they have been on each other's birthday parties and they have been connected.
They are friends. They continue to be friends. And Zelensky sold his company completely after he became president to this guy. So he's like so-called wallet of Zelensky. That's what people say, because all of the income goes now via Mindich.
For the last over 50.
Also, the bank accounts were in offshores of Zelensky himself also.
15 years. What exactly happened, and why is the outrage of Ukrainian population so big? Well, first of all, corruption is painful, especially when it happens in an energetic company, state-owned energetic company, especially when it happens during the war, and especially when majority of Ukrainian population 5 days ago was plunged into darkness, no electrical production whatsoever, because there was no infrastructure protecting the thermal power plants that Russia attacked with Shahed drones. Why there was no infrastructure? As it turned out with this scandal is that a big portion of the money intended for the defensive infrastructure of thermal power plants in Ukraine was stolen by an inner circle of Timur Mindich, and now Ukrainian anti-corruption ministry or anti-corruption bureau, NABU, has placed an accusation on him that he's leading an actual organized crime syndicate.
Preston Stewart.
Which,
okay, I'll check him
on,
out.
Skimming
Thank you.
the top of the contracts of Energoatom and other energy-related companies. Also, the company called Firepoint. There's a connection there. They're a company who produce majority of Ukrainian drones that fly into Russia, for example. This is big. I'm telling you.
They have the same barber, probably, yes.
Ukrainian energy.
Actually, like, it's understandable. Like, Artur Rehi. He is like my some sort of the relative, at least.
Sector.
My heritage DNA test shows him as my relative, so maybe. And also, it tells that I'm from Baltic myself. Oh, Preston Stewart, yeah. Oh, he also has a NATO major scandal. Let's watch.
$100 million was stolen from the Ukrainian people.
Well, $100 million, it's just a beginning.
While their country is at war.
Yes, and
this
Barber.
Is wild. So Ukraine is right now in the middle of one of their largest corruption scandals ever that appears to implicate multiple top officials, some close to President Zelensky. So to get an idea of what's happening here, we're joined today by Alexei Sorokin, the co-founder and deputy chief editor at the Kyiv Independent. We get into what's been uncovered so far, possible ties to President Zelensky, and how the Ukrainian people are responding to this news. Be sure to follow Alexei and check out his work on the subject at the links in the description. And with that, let's get to the conversation. All right, Alexei, thank you so much for taking the time, sir. There's a big story kind of coming out of Ukraine right now about a corruption scandal, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on. So thank you so much for taking the time, and just wanted to see if we could start maybe with the 10,000-foot view. What happened? What sparked everything that's going on right now?
Is it a long video?
Well,
20
first of all,
minutes?
thank you for having me. This is a complicated story even for people who are delved into anti-corruption in Ukraine for years, right? But at the premise of it is that a friend of the president is allegedly a ringleader in a corruption scheme that circumvented $100 million from Ukraine's energy companies. And if we delve into the nitty-gritty here, is that it starts in July when the president wanted to take over the anti-corruption institutions in Ukraine, and that's why right now, when this whole scandal occurred, a lot of the people are looking back at July and wondering, did the president know that this corruption scandal will take place?
Yeah, he knew. It's already evident. Otherwise, what's the point to restrict the anti-corruption bureau? What was the point to do it in the summer?
And was that attack on anti-corruption institutions
Yeah.
an attempt to save his friend? And
Yes.
that's
100%.
the biggest question now.
Interesting. So that move.
It's not even a question. It is only the reason for Zelensky to vote for it into the law. I mean, cancellation of the independence of this NABU and prosecution office.
If I recall correctly, President Zelensky raised it up, but then it was voted down or overridden.
Yeah.
Not quite. The problem there is that the parliament was about to pass a law that had nothing to do with anti-corruption. It was about war, it was about missing people, and then suddenly a member of Zelensky's party added an amendment to the law which basically subjected anti-corruption institutions that are independent in Ukraine to being subordinate to the general prosecutor, who is a presidential appointee, right? And so that law passed with this amendment, and the president, despite protests, signed the law into force. And then a few days in, when protests, and they were pretty large scale, especially for a country at war, where there's kind of this pact between we trust the president, we don't obstruct to not having elections. He has all the powers, but he's the commander-in-chief and he needs to protect Ukraine, right? And so these were the first major protests in Ukraine. And also there were calls from Brussels, from the European Union about this. And so then President backed down. He then proposed a new law that basically copied the existing norms that the anti-corruption institutions had before he signed the contentious law. And so basically in a week's time, they passed a new law that restored the independence of anti-corruption institutions.
Okay, so got it. So we'll link a bunch of your work in the description below for people that want to get more into the details of like what the actual corruption was. My understanding is essentially stealing money, right? That's the core.
Yeah. So the current situation is
Okay, that's enough. I understood. So you see, there was manipulation with this independence of the National Anti-Corruption Institution that was done after Zelensky's friends were under investigation. So he tried to hide or to put away his friends from responsibility, and somehow still managed to escape the country together with Zuckerman. Why? How? No one knows. No one knows. Try to escape Ukraine for average male person. It's not possible, but for corrupt guys, it's always golden, or how it's red carpet out. Yeah. Interesting. I like this guy. He's just a bit over the top, but it's okay. Bishop, who do you say? Like this one or Preston Stewart? Putler Kaput, yeah. Those people are greedy, yeah. How many partners are there, by the way? I don't know. Well, one is majority, like solo majority, the servant of people. That's Zelensky's party, so they may vote for what Zelensky needs. That's the issue. Next president of Ukraine, Trump. No. We're gonna give you Zelensky. Don't give us Trump, please. Golden age of Ukraine. It will be there. Thank you, Ben. Aristocracy is growing everywhere, part of fascism. Yeah. Seriously, every nation in this world deals with corruption, also on government level, so please, now all this crap is about scandal. It is in good hands. No, it's not in a good hands. We see so far poor reaction from Ukrainian government, and yeah. it's not, it cancels the trust between people and government. And I understand that corruption is everywhere at some certain level, but in Ukraine it's a disease, at disease level. It is threatening the statehood. And also by the time of the war, corruption, it means that, and it is coming from Zelensky's friends, so it is not acceptable. Absolutely. I wonder if we have the new update from military analytics. From Mykovsk, he usually updates at this time. Yeah, it's like today's update. Russians were spotted over here. It's a very, very small bottleneck. I think it is even smaller than the last time. And Russians even crossed this road between Grishina and Mirnograd. But they were kaputted by Ukrainian drone. But still it shows that Russians are using this tactics of advancements. Ukraine finishes the Russian group in Shakhove, but at the same time Russians are taking more ground towards Vladimirovka. So finally they were capable to move towards Vladimirovka, yeah? They wasted so many vehicles here. Yeah. How many soldiers could be stuck there? What's your guess? Hundreds, not thousands. But exact number is unknown. But it's not what Russia says. They say like 8,000 soldiers, no. But hundreds like could be there. Russia is involving North Korean soldiers in mine clearance in the Kursk region, Reuters. So after they are fighting in Kursk. Ukraine can produce up to 20 million drones in 2026, provided there is sufficient funding. Andriy Sybiha, the foreign minister of Ukraine, the minister emphasized that the more arms race is not based on nuclear weapons, but on the mass production of affordable drones. He added that whoever increases the production of drones faster will be able to ensure peace. To do this, Ukraine needs quick and sufficient funding for defense industry, which is currently demonstrating some of the most powerful defense innovations in the world. Minister also noted that at this stage of the war, it is important to achieve two goals: to get rid of one's own illusions and to disillusion the enemy. Belgium is blocking EU's plan to lend $213 billion to Ukraine because Prime Minister Bright de Wever fears massive financial liabilities for Belgium. EU officials warn Kyiv could run out of money by spring without this lifeline. Again, this prick wearing golden watches and expensive suits, he decides the future not just of Ukraine but of Europe. Okay, that's the world we're living. They're afraid for their money because they may take money and go wherever they need. Even if Russia attacks Europe, they will take the money and leave. How it is in Ukraine with this corruption scandal. Huh? We were caught? Let's go to Tel Aviv. Even in our Dutch government, which is one of the very just nations, there is corruption at government level. I know, but you're not at war. Then I heard Trump is starting military training near Venezuela. I'll check out. Just right now reviewing the news, we'll see. I hate him too. I'm Belgian. He could be better closing advisor than politician. Yeah, politician. Or politician or politician. Elon Musk said that Tesla Optimus humanoid robot would eliminate poverty and provide sustainable abundance. What? This is Tatarigami channel. It's like ex-Ukrainian warrior. I think he is already dismissed for the age or trauma. I don't remember. A year and a half ago, in April 2024, I warned the section translated, highlighted, that aid to Ukraine would continue to dwindle, and that without proper changes, we would find ourselves in a poor position. What we're seeing now, what set in motion a while ago. From numerous candid conversations with analysis from America think tanks as well as lobbyists in the United States have concluded that such substantial aid package may be the last one this year. Moreover, there is a fairly high likelihood that all subsequent aid packages for Ukraine will be significantly smaller in scale. One such representative candidly stated, I'm publishing with this permission that we should no longer expect funding for large-scale operations, and was the case as it was the case with operation of counteroffensive. So yeah, Ukraine obtains less military support. Ukraine has more problems now. The report about possible UAV strike on Zircon plant in the Kursk region. Zircon plant products are used in Russian military. I wonder what it produces. Looks like refinery or something. Breaking 21 minutes ago, United States officials tells Fox News, or Fox, maybe some Fox running, that the table is being set for military action against Venezuela. I hope that there will be Swiss golden watches that Donald Trump really enjoys. Abundance doesn't mean people may afford to leave. Diamonds are extremely abundant, but artificially expensive. Extremely abundant might be overstating a bit more. Yeah. If you want to be rich, become a politician. Yeah. I cannot be rich even as a politician because I cannot tell lies just... Yeah, sometimes I lie, but... all people lie, yeah? But in majority, like 99% of the occasions, I tell truth, the things as they are, and I try to do it on my media as well, on my YouTube channel. So I cannot lie that much to be a politician. Lost opportunity. Is it your understanding that the Ukrainians are in the occupied territories were forced by Russia to fight against the Ukrainian army? Yes, it happens. In Luhansk, I got the information from, well, Ukrainian sources, but they say that Russia mobilized some of the Ukrainian Ukrainian men in occupied regions of Luhansk to protect Russian power plants and energy infrastructure, but it looks like they are mobilized to the army, after all, to fight. Denys, USA has started training near Venezuela. For now, I don't see that information. What training? On X, there should be, absolutely. Maduro science mentioned to fix tensions. Tensions. Nice placard fonts put, yeah, Kremlin and Ukrainian soldier with fires. Seizing the initiative against Russia, putting the United States in control. That's the report from Institute for this. I will read it later. Russians in Kupiansk received orders to simulate capturing the city with flags. Like, I don't see the news about really, maybe some following channels I follow. Good night, Swain. Thanks for joining us today. The Donetsk region's on fire. Like, I don't see it. One more boat. Yeah. I don't see that they started something really. Maybe for you, page. Russian occupied Donetsk. 2-0 Ukraine won against Iceland. Table is set. That's what I have about Venezuela. Usually they post the news right away. Oh, I didn't follow Dylan. Why? Now I follow him. Strange. He has two channels, Dylan Burst TV and Dylan Burst. What Russians are saying? Nothing. Russians are sharing their photos of their infantry.
Братан, ему... Чё за аппарат? Сколько лошадей? 120-ки, да, Тащ?
Degenerates.
Охуеть, бля.
Ну и что, он нормально справляется, не тяжело ему? Как и всем тяжело.
120-ки тащит, he said. It means 120 caliber mortar mines. So just supply deliveries for middle range systems like mortars, yeah, or short chemical. 120-ки тащит, so mortar mines are there. And you see how difficult it is to use different transport. So maybe those mules or donkeys, they're acceptable in those conditions, because if there is the rain, now it's more or less dry, but if there is the rain, of course it's like difficult to go and to take something there. On motorcycles. Favorite thing to eat, a food cooking video. Yeah, I'm gonna record maybe something. Maybe not Ukrainian food, but maybe Ukrainian food. I'll try to record something. I hate people abusing animals more than I hate politicians. Yeah, me too. Do you believe that Illuminati exists? I don't know what is Illuminati. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the topic. I heard about reptiloids, but Illuminati, I don't really know. Yeah, poor donkey. Yeah, on this vehicle, it's okay. But on motorcycle, I don't think you can do it. One more logistic mule, they say, which is used to supply mortar mines to the front line. And even the Russians are crying mostly in the comments about the donkey. Is it your understanding that the Ukrainians in the occupied territories are forced? Yeah, I think I answered that one. Another taco video. Yeah, no ketchup this time. No, I think it's over for taco. I think maybe some shashlik. I like shashlik. Kherson Street. That's the Kherson city. They put those nets all across the streets. Oh, Russians published the fresh maps. That's the Russian map. General. And there is the movement in Pokrovsk. Yes, it was registered, but it was finished by Ukraine. I don't know why they put it too wide, I think, but obviously it's not good. Ukraine still counterattacks in towards Krasny Liman, and Russians are going to Rodinsk. Well, still there is the way out, but it's kind of tricky. Actually, they published that Ukraine controls more territory towards south of Mirnograd. On Ukrainian maps, it's not like that any longer. It's just Mirnograd, a little bit to the south. That's it. Here, Russians definitely try to go to Shakhove, Vladimirka. They all put fully under their control. It is partially under their control, according to Deep State. Well, yeah. Maybe it's more or less like this. Like, there are just minor changes, minor differences compared to Deep State. I would say this map is more or less legit. Novopavlivka, yes, Russians went there already told, and they were hit. But they landed infantry, which is still out there. They also tell that they attack from Muravka. And yeah, they put the bridge to cross to this side. I thought the bridge was close to this river, but it was in Dutch now. Okay. And that's Zaporizhia front line, very close to Golai Pole. Yeah, Varvarovka they put as the settlement for attacks. They already use artillery there. Well, those are the older images. I already checked it out. So, yeah, Zaporizhia, it's understandable. Maybe I want to check out. Maybe there is a new update from Deep State. No new update. Nothing new for today. Sternenko. Makeyevka, it's what was hit in Donetsk is the substation This is substation Makiivka. The videos, the quality is very not good. Okay, so we have the geolocation from Supernova Plus. Donetsk. Well, at least some of the news. What's about our Russia offering a signing bonus of $37,000 and annual salary of $68,000 for people between 19 and 64 to join the military. Crazy. I should repost it. I should follow this guy. Just imagine 37 plus 68 if Russian survives the year. 100,000 euros. How much? Even more than 100,000. $105,000. Jeez. Why is the Russian channel reposting from Parapax? Parapax, by the way, is also a Russian channel, if you didn't know. It's not the Z channels, but it's a Russian channel. The admin is Russian. That's a lot of money for Russia, right? Yeah, it's a lot of money. A lot of money. Requirements: age 1864, no disability, nor no serious chronic diseases. Only passport is required for registration. Unclassified, one more boat. How many boats are there already been kaputted? 3 male narco-terrorists were killed. I don't like Josh Halil because he was he is a passenger reviewer of the airplanes, and he flown Aeroflot after the war had started, so fuck him. Breaking a Democratic fundraising group called Dynamic SRG emailed Jeffrey Epstein in May 2013 to promote them freshman Congressman Hakeem Jeffries as a rising star to invite Epstein to a DSCC fundraising dinner with President Obama. We are thrilled to announce that we are working with Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, Rising Stars. And where is Epstein? Here, to Epstein. Yeah, there are high officials involved. Well, everyone should be punished, I guess. Then you see those maps, and they are not real. Then Ukraine is counter-attacking someone in Pokrovsk from Mirnograd. Maybe with some of the drones, but the arrows doesn't mean that Ukraine sends the infantry forces. Is there any news? Come on. Yeah, watches are nice. Switzerland is very good in dealing with Donny. Any news? There is no information about any sort of the military exercises near Venezuela, from what I see. There is literally nothing. Oh, pulling market intel. USS Gerald Ford, the nation's most advanced aircraft carrier, arrived in Caribbean Sea on Sunday, raising questions about what the new influx of the troops' weaponry could signal to Trump administration drug enforcement campaign. Like, this guy says it's logistically not affordable for Ukrainians, and simply not affordable for Ukrainians, those jets, and logistically confounding. Yeah, it's better, like, in general, to concentrate on one aircraft type, like F-16. Let it be F-16. With Gripens, Rafale, Mirage, F-16s, it's very complicated. I agree about that. But about affordability, I would say it's okay if Europeans may support that. If they send those, I guess they will support those. Maintenance and Ukraine is now in crisis, so of course Ukraine cannot afford even the current army. That's why the support is very important. Andrew Tate last MMA fight is going viral. Was it just released or what? He's a dancer.
Oh, he dropped him. You can see the experience of Tate, just how calm he is there, pulling out that jab, doesn't flinch on. Oh, that's a thunderous leg kick.
Devastating leg kick, really buckled.
Like this, this is funny.
Head kick. Takes his time, not charging in. Oh, he dropped
Oh
him. Standing
no!
account coming.
Andrew Tate!
Oh my god! A hero of universe. But most will not receive it since they will be missing in the battle. What? They don't pay courses, their families. Yeah. Is that real? Who knows? Andrew Tate lost MMA fight. Looks real as for me. Yeah, now it's hard to define what is AI and what is not. MAGA. America first. I'm standing with whom? I'm standing with MTG, Margaret Taylor Greene. I stand with Tucker Carlson. I stand with Candace Owens. I don't know who is that. I stand with NJF. Well, she wears the blue hat and it's interesting. The military personnel of the National Army of Moldova, together with civilians, are participating in the Forest Generation Initiative to plant trees and green Moldova. Okay. Finland has sentenced to life imprisonment the war criminal and Russian neo-Nazi Voislav Torden, Jan Petrovsky, the ideological leader of Rusich, Russian battalion, Nazi battalion Rusich. Ukraine had previously requested his extradition to stand trial under Ukrainian law, but Helsinki did not grant Kyiv request. So he is jailed. Also, there was the story with the Russian Wagner mercenary who also went to Finland, asked for political asylum, but he was deported back to Russia just a couple of days ago. Nice. Our creators just hit a new all-time 17 days after release. Yeah, really? 478 players. That's a nice game. I like it. I haven't played it for maybe 3 days already. Maybe I should play, but it's too late, I guess. Oh, it's already 2 hours live stream. America's Power Couple. Military News UA. Maybe I should join. Describe Trump in one word. Taco. I think it's getting muddy in Ukraine. Yeah, indeed. This is probably the electronic warfare. There is a current C2 Greyhound activity in the waters of South Puerto Rico, indicated the possible presence of an aircraft carrier near that location. Interesting. Donny. 70% of people are below average after all. What? Are you pro or against deployment of women in Ukraine armed forces? Against. Trump is in a word. Yeah. Hello, Byron. Go and see Mayakovsky. I already checked out his map. There is no update. Like I tried to... Like there is no new update, really. He usually posts everything on Telegram at first. And then he publishes update. He shares like what changed on Telegram and on Twitter. I agree, but they need them not in 3 years. Join strike fighter would be better decision right now. Yeah. Right now it's like the best thing is to obtain some bunch of F-16s, I guess. I think I need to film one more video, guys. About just random news that happened for the last 2 days or one day. 129 people watching. That's nice. Oh, we peaked at 165 today. That's awesome result as for the stream. Good. Look at the map in Pakrovsk. There is no update. I already checked it out. That's his recent post. So yeah, I already said about it 7 hours ago. If we go to Lang 3, Ukrainian map, I don't think he published the new updates yet. He's not publishing it. Yeah, everything the same. I already talked about it. Are you still playing PUBG? I played a lot of 5 years ago and just a couple. No, I don't play PUBG any longer. I play Ark Raiders or some other games, yeah. Ukraine is in lack of soldiers, but they don't want to conscript new people. It is big, too dangerous a choice today. Robert, you cannot eliminate your population for the sake of victory, because what is the victory in this case if you have everybody killed? Then you are at war. I hope you will not be at war. You will decide for yourself whether you want to join army or not. Do not decide it for, you ask me about Ukrainian women, yeah? Do not decide for Ukrainian women what to do. Thanks for the like. Women are not built for the wars. So, yeah. Yeah, I know ready or not, I got it in my library. Best game ever to play with friends. Maybe, yeah. I think conscription is necessary in some cases. We had conscription in World War II. We also have conscription in Ukraine. We are not saying that it doesn't exist. The question before was about women. Those women who want to fight and are capable, why not? But to force them, no. I agree, Cockster Mobster. I get your point, but if they don't get conscripted to defend Ukraine, there will be no more Ukraine. It doesn't mean that, like, there will be no Ukraine even in case there will be conscripted with the stupid military command. For them, it doesn't matter to send 200 soldiers or 400 soldiers. It's a well-known problem of Ukraine also. If own military command doesn't care about losses, it's bad. So it's not really a manpower problem, as many people say. It's the problem with motivation and the problem with the Ukrainian military command and the lack of reforms. If you fix that, there will be volunteers to join the Ukrainian army, if they know that they will be not wasted. Then I heard Trump is starting military training near Venezuela. What do you think about that? I cannot prove that because on Twitter usually we have this information right away, so I'm not sure whether he starts some of the training. Just put military, so okay. Let it be. We'll see in the news. Ukraine should be armed to the teeth before conscription. I also agree. It's a very shitty situation from any side. Yeah, Robert, I agree. Lots of people who don't fight and never will are ready to mobilize others. No military service and not at war. You have no opinion. Yeah, I also I cannot say I'm not serving myself. I'm not connected to military at all. And I'm not calling anyone to go and fight. It's everyone's personal decision. And for this policy, the motivation only matters. That should be created by government itself. But the government did absolutely everything to cancel motivation. That's bad. No news. Why? Venezuela denounces sabotage against 3 electrical towers. I didn't mean you, Dennis. I mean, Ed, thank you so much for supporting. What's up, Dennis? Yeah, everything is good. Anyone can have an opinion, but no one can decide for the people making the decisions. Yeah, especially if it is life decisions, about the life. We cannot call Ukrainians go and die at the same time hesitating to give them Russian assets, confiscated assets, and without those funds, Ukraine will just not have enough stuff, to call for that, to give everything possible, and then call to die. Or something like that. Yeah, maybe I'm too harsh. Novorossiysk port has resumed oil shipments following the Ukrainian strike on November 14. The agency citing service reports that 2 tankers are loading oil at the port's berth. Well, one line is working, from what I know. One line is after all working. How long? We'll see. Hopefully Ukraine will visit Novorossiysk once again with a drone. I cannot find the news about any sort of the training, but there is like the plane flying, which is surveillance airplane, usually based on air carriers. That's it. Need a fake neon side that flickers. It's like the freezing stream, right? Then I am up to end the stream. We have more people watching. That's hilarious. Your non-biasing is crucial. You prove the good, the bad, and the ugly. As the person impacted by this war, I pray Ukraine. Hope to see join NATO soon. Yeah, I also hope that Ukraine will join some of the defense alliance. Defiance 716, thank you for the comment. I got it from CNN. I think the solution is that Ukraine needs to increase pay bonuses for soldiers. Yeah, could be. Instead of certain officials stealing. Yes. And that's the good choice, I would say. They always complain, like Ukrainian government complain about the lack of money, but somehow they have money for the friends, for corrupt friends of the government. Russia predicted to irrevocably lose leadership in the global gas market. And to whom they will lose it? So far, kind of the strange article. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Thank you for joining the live stream. It was kind of clumsy, lazy, but next time I'm gonna come out with something more interesting. Thank you for your questions, and don't take my opinion as something that truth. I just have my own opinion. We are just talking about speaking what it could be, what it should be, what it might potentially be. Yeah, that's it. Can you tell me what main reason why Ukrainians lose Pokrovsk? Russia has more resources. Ukraine has less resources. That's why Ukraine mainly lost Pokrovsk. Dennis, you are reporting fake news, lol. That's that. I'm reporting the fake news. It's good that to see some of the Russian trolls here, to ban them straight away. Yes, you can tell me. Yeah, already told about Pokrovsk. Do you think Ukraine can come back from all of this? Yeah. After Russian collapse. Ciao, guys. Thank you.